Reckless Retiree here, and I have an experiment for tonight. As I've shown in my previous videos, I've tried to ignite my thermite ball, which I made using a recipe I found online, mixing plaster Paris with atomized aluminum and iron oxide or rust powder. And so I've not been able to get that to ignite in the way that others have, such as magnesium ribbon, and also what else have I used? Oh, I tried to use potassium permanganate and glycerin, and other people have used that to ignite it. But I was just watching a YouTube video. It was made years ago by the King of Random, and he was showing how if you mix chlorine, a shock, which is, let's see what it is, calcium hypochlorite, with brake fluid, that it ignites at a very high temperature with a delayed reaction. So what I have here is 2 coffee cans, one with the ball in it. I'll show you the ball. And it's got a coating of potassium permanganate and whatever I said the other ingredient was. Glycol. No, not glycol. Anyway, you remember. So it's got a coating of that on there, but it ignited, the 2 materials ignited, but it didn't ignite the ball. So this time I'm going to have an empty can, which I'm going to add the shock into and the brake fluid, and then I'm going to have the one with the ball with the same ingredients. And we'll see what the difference is as it reacts, and whether this thermite ball ignites. So, for lack of better, I have an arrow to put a hole in the bag of chlorine, and I'm going to pour in maybe half of it in this can. Now, I really don't want to have to use this version to ignite my thermite ball, because it puts off some nasty fumes from the chlorine and the brake fluid reacting. And so I really wanted to keep it safer than that. And when you just ignite the thermite ball, the fumes are not dangerous. So I'm guessing I'm going to use up this whole bag, which is excessive, of course, but I don't want to have to put it away half used. So this should be quite a reaction. Now the brake fluid takes a while to react with the chlorine, so we'll have a delay of 1.5 to 2 minutes before it actually takes off. But when it takes off, it's quite exciting. Quite exciting. So I'm not measuring exact amounts. I'm just gonna guess at the amounts. I have maybe 1/3 of a bottle of brake fluid. I'm gonna put half of it in the one and half in the other, and then we'll see what happens. Now I better make sure my camera is working, because this is a one-shot deal. Yeah, it looks good. I'm recording. Okay. I'm going to back way off myself when this, when I do this. All right. may be taking longer because everything's cold. Temperature right now is in the 40s, upper 40s. Or it may be just my luck that one more technique for igniting the thermite will not even ignite itself. It's just kind of like when you ignite a fuse of a firework, and then it burns down and nothing happens, and you wonder, should I just leave it alone, or should I investigate? And I really don't want to investigate because it's quite a violent reaction. So we're going to hope that it ignites eventually as it takes longer because of the cold temperatures. There's you can see that the can on the left is still smoking, and that may be the thermite starting to react. The smoke is rather pungent and unpleasant. Hopefully not causing any kind of respiratory distress for me. Because of the smoke, I'm going to leave this go until it cools way off before I investigate. But it appears that the ball did not ignite. One of my previous videos, I had a ball just like this, thermite ball, and I tried to ignite, it, couldn't do it. It was holding a torch. I think it was a butane torch, right on the ball, and it ignited suddenly and instantaneously. It was just like one second it was a ball, the next second it was molten iron. And I was very fortunate not to get injured. I think it was just by the grace of God that I didn't, because I was standing right over it, and it spewed out molten metal. And so I was very blessed that it didn't get on me. And whenever you see the other thermite videos online, YouTube videos online, they are always backed off a long way with the thermite. So I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point, how to proceed. I've done a lot of reading on igniting it, and I'll go back over that and try something else. The previous attempt I had, I heated the ball up on the grill to a couple hundred degrees before I tried to ignite it. It still wouldn't ignite. And now with the temperature colder, look, it's starting to smoke again. That's interesting. The other one is not smoking at all. It had the same ingredients except for the thermite. And now that thermite can is starting to smoke again. I wonder if it could have just take that long for the reaction. Now, just to reiterate, the whole reason I'm doing this is as a heat source. I have a dishwasher, stainless steel dishwasher, which I have made into what they call a sand battery, just basically filled with sand, except there's a chamber in the center of it that is made up of fire brick, kind of like a little heating area with fire brick surrounding it. And the idea was that I would have a pipe, a ductwork, to roll the ball into that inner chamber from outside the battery with its closed. And I wouldn't say sealed, because it's got openings, it's got various holes and so forth in the outer box, so that it shouldn't build up pressure, in other words. So there shouldn't be an explosion. It should just instantly go to 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and then slowly that temperature would be transferred through the sand, stored in the sand, if you will, and then to the outside of the box, which would then be a space heater. But I'm never going to get that to work if I can't light the thermite easily. So this seems to be another failure, but like Edison, I've succeeded in coming up with another method that doesn't work. So it's not a failure, I'm succeeding, like Edison did, until he eventually came up with his filament and bulb and gas-filled bulb technique that we use today as incandescent bulbs. Okay. We'll check it when it gets cold. Well, I just looked and I saw the ball is still in there, so I'll give you a look. And you can see the ball, which is right there, is still there, unignited. Here's the other empty container. So